What's up, family? How you doing? Back at ya. I'm making this video on how to align with your desires using your imagination. Okay, again, how to align with your desires using your imagination. Everything starts in the mind, okay? And remember in my last video, like I said, you do not get from the universe what you want, you get what you are, who you are. So, your imagination is everything, okay? You have to believe you are what you are before you get what you want, okay? If you want to be a millionaire, if you want to be rich, if you want to be successful, if you want to be in love, if you want to achieve something, you already have to embody that, okay? You have to be a doctor before you're a doctor. You have to be a lawyer before you're a lawyer. You have to be a soldier before you're a soldier. You have to be a Navy SEAL before you're a Navy SEAL. You know what I mean? So, like, whatever you want, you can have, but you have to imagine it first. And that starts with gratitude, that starts with appreciation, that starts with positivity. Most important thing you can do is believe in yourself. You have to believe in yourself. Forget the haters. And there's multiple haters. There's the haters that are outside, family, friends, and strangers, and there's the haters that are inside. Yeah. The demons within inside you, the doubt. You have to release all doubt. It's not helping you. And it's okay. And you're not going to be perfect in the beginning. But you have to release all doubt. Now, these teachings come from a great man. If you don't know already, his name is Neville Goddard. Okay, he's a very prominent metaphysical teacher from back in the day. Of course, he's passed away by now, but his teachings live on because he was talking that real. Another good person who teaches the philosophy of Neville Goddard is Elmer Owen Locker Jr. Okay, he did like 8 years in prison. He came out, started doing his thing, and he's been very successful ever since. And he teaches these things too. So these are just a couple of people. My personal favorite is Florence Scovel Shinn. She wrote the book The Game of Life and How to Play It. I've said that in my last videos, but getting back to the point, your imagination is key, okay? You can be what you want to be. You have to remove the instant gratification, you have to remove the distractions, and you have to go within. You get without what you are within. Everything starts in here first, okay? You don't get that job unless you want to have a job. You don't make that team unless you want to be a athlete, a player. You have to want that within you first. You have to believe you are that. How many times you hear about athletes? James Harden, he wrote that letter to his mom. I'm going to the NBA. You know what I'm saying? When he was a kid. You have to believe who you're going to be before you be it. You know? And it's a beautiful journey. But remember, you can't get there. You can't get here from there. What I'm trying to say is you can't get to a positive place from a negative start. You have to start and be positive. And I know it's not always easy. Life be lifing. But don't forget, God be Godding. And that's where the faith lies in. Okay? So, you imagine what you want. You stay in that place. You stay in that awareness. And you will start attracting. You'll be surprised. I've done this so many times. And I've done the opposite. I've attracted, bad things from thinking too negative. I can't tell you. Now, the universe is funny. Because once you start learning something, you can't unlearn it. See, once you open up that door is open forever. Dick Gregory said it. I met Dick Gregory in person. Beautiful man. Anyway, he said, once you put on the magic glasses, the magic bifocals, you can't take them off. So your karma, I don't want to call it karma, but whatever, comes faster if you already start learning these teachings. So if you know that you're supposed to be a positive being, a light giver, and then you start thinking negative, something will happen in the outside to remind you. You might drop something, or you might, I've seen people trip and fall for being negative, and it's like, yo, stop, you ain't supposed to be there. Stay positive. Sometimes it's like a wake-up call, like, all right, nah. We ain't going there. And it happens, and it gets easier and easier. Like, to the point where now, like, you know, coming from the hood, coming from where I'm from, and you know what I mean, you know, the streets of Jersey and everything, and in the metropolitan area, you know, you grow up hard, you grow up tough, you grow up rough. You got to be right in a sense, and so you get used to negativity. But once you break away and you get off of it, it you don't accept it the same way. Like I can't watch certain shows anymore. I can't watch certain movies. I can't hear certain. I don't watch the news at all. I try not to. But like certain negativity, unless it's like something that I'm fighting for, like what's going on in Palestine, like something that's, you know, humane to fight for, I can ingest that because that's like really evilness happening. So as a light giver, I have to fight it. And but like stuff that's negative and all that stuff, like you know, reality shows and stuff like that, like I can't get into it but so much, you know what I mean? I go watch some like hood stuff, you know what I mean, sometimes like some prison stuff or something, but all that does is make me more grateful that I ain't in prison, that I ain't dead or in jail. So you know, that right there is enough for you to manifest your dreams. It's just staying grateful that you're not dead, you're not in jail, you're healthy, you're well, you know what I mean, and you get another chance at life. But you have to imagine what you want. You can do whatever you want, man. You can do whatever you want. You see people that go to jail for years, decades, and they come out and they start killing it because they like, yo, I ain't playing. Wallow's a perfect example. Wallow and Gillie. You see what you get? He did 20 years, 20, and came out now. He's a multimillionaire, super famous. He's doing his thing from, you know, positivity and love, and that's what's up. You know what I mean? So, you know, you can do anything you want. You just have to get out your own way. You can be your best friend or your worst enemy. And you have to understand that. So getting back to, you know, your imagination, you have to imagine that you are. And it's not from a place of I want. It's from a place of I know. That's the difference. I don't want to be a motivational speaker. I am a motivational speaker. Even when I didn't want to be. I got old ass videos, excuse my language, that I used to do years ago, and then I stopped doing them, and I was inconsistent, and it was, you know, and as much as I tried to do other things, and I'm good at other things, this has always been my calling. I do it when I'm not making videos. I do it to my children. I do it to my girlfriend. I do it to strangers. I'm always showing love because it's so much, I feel, and I'm not saying it is, but I just feel personally there's so much hate out there, so much jealousy and envy and insecurity and skepticism with each other that it's like, yo, we all need each other. Like, it's so foolish. We're so, you know, we're so primitive. We're so intelligent. We're so magical. We're so unbelievably amazing as a species, but we're also so primitive. Because we let these little insecure, stupid things stop us from connecting with each other and being compassionate. That's another thing we have to learn is compassion. That is the one thing that we have to start embodying more is compassion for one another. And, you know, that all trickles down into becoming and manifesting what you want. Because if you showing love to others, it's showing love to yourself, and vice versa. You showing love to yourself is showing love to others. I can't take care of nobody till I take care of myself. You know, I used to drink. I don't drink anymore because I can't take care of my children properly if I'm a drunk. So I had to take care of myself so I could take care of them. Now I'm always there for them. We just went to Seaside Heights, just had the beach house, went to the beach, on the boardwalk, doing all those things. I couldn't do that if I was drinking. You know what I mean? So showing love to myself and taking care of myself has giving me powers, if you want to say, for lack of a better word, and that's what it is, the power to take care of my children and my family and be there for them and be accountable. You know, especially as a man, you know, we, you know, everybody has to be accountable and responsible. But like the line in Godfather, I just seen it when Vito Corleone was telling Michael, you know, women and children can be careless, but men can't be careless, and that's the truth, man. We cannot be careless as men. You know, you have to have honor and embody the fact that yes, God made you a man for a reason. To take care of yourself and take care of others. not to be a liability, but an asset. That's the one thing I try to be, that I am. No, not that I try to be, that I am. I'm an asset to my friends and family, not a liability. And I've been both. I've been a liability. You feel me? I've been out. Anyway, but yeah, getting back to the point, imagine what you want and be consistent with it. Be consistent with it. Whatever you want to be. If you just want to be a better person, if you want to be healthier, if you want to be stronger, if you want to make more money, if you want to be more responsible, you can do it. Nothing's holding you back but you. But you have to see it and feel it. Mind, heart, coherence. Look up Dr. Joe Dispenza on mind and heart coherence, okay? Think it here, feel it here, and it'll happen out there. Here, there. That's how it goes. Has to happen with here first, though. Okay? And you can do it. You can do all things. You can do all things through Christ who strengthens you. God is great. God is great. I was just in the hospital a couple of weeks ago. You know what I mean? Now I'm here talking to y'all. God is great. But you got to keep God first. God never turns his back on us. We turn our back on God. Never forget that. So, just a quick reminder that you can align with your desires. It's alignment. You're not, because your desire already exists. See, we live in a multi-universe, in a parallel universe. So who you are already exists. The rich you, the healthier you, the in love you, whatever you want to be already exists. You just have to align to that person, that version of you. So again, look up Neville Goddard, look up Florence Scovel Shinn, look up Elmer Owen Locker Jr. Look up Neuro Knowledge. He the homie. He do his thing. Dr. Joe Dispenza. Dr. Joe Dispenza is the homie. Trust me. Look him up. And just start feeding yourself that. Even if you put it on at night, man. You know what I mean? Sometimes you got to force feed yourself positivity, man. You know what I'm saying? Especially in this world, because the brain is naturally negative because it's protecting you. Okay, so the brain naturally goes negative because it doesn't want you to go into the unknown and try new things. So even if you're miserable, you're comfortable. It's a comfortable misery, so you'll deal with it. And the brain says, all right, cool. Because anytime you try to try some new things, the brain comes up with a million reasons why it ain't going to work. You got to take back control and say, no, it's going to work. It's going to work because I'm going to make it work. You know what I mean? There's been plenty of times where I had to prove things to myself. That's why I do videos now, I don't care. Because I proved so many things to myself that I thought I could never do. You know what I mean? I've sold cars. Sales ain't no joke. I've sold over the phone. I've sold nothing. I've sold good feelings. I used to work for the Humane Society. I used to work in New York, in the mean streets of New York, and used to garner donations from strangers to donate $15, $20, $25, or $30 a month for a whole year to the Humane Society. I had to get all the information except for their socials. Had to swipe their credit card. I'm talking on the streets, subways. People used to come do interviews for their job and walk off. They act like they're going to the bathroom and leave because it was too much. I did that job. I was number one in the country doing that job. And I thought about quitting at first. So, you prove things to yourself, man, by belief. Everything is belief. I believed I could be a better man. I became a better man. I believed I could be a better father. I became a better father. I believed that I was a better son, a better person. And I made my mistakes. We all have. But that's not who I wanted to be. It's not who I am. And once I realized that, I made a choice. Because like I told you before in my last video, we're in a spiritual war. There's a spiritual war going on. So whose side you on? Who you gonna be with? Because we take for granted God's blessings. But when shit hits, excuse my language, when things hit the fan in life, oh, we go crazy. We make mountains out of molehills all the time. Oh my God, oh my God. But when things go great, we just, oh, okay, that's nothing. Take that same energy when things go right in your life as you would act if things would go wrong. When things go right in your life, be happy, be exuberant about it, be grateful. I tell my children all the time, I tell my girl all the time, I'm not dead or in jail, I'm good. Where I'm from, it goes down. Half my friends dead, other half in jail. I got, and to be honest, I got to give it to God. I got a lot of my friends that are still here and doing their thing. I lost a lot of people, man. I lost a lot of people, B. Like, I had a friend tell me one time, like, I don't know nobody who's lost as many people as you. I'm only 39. You know what I mean? So I'm right there. I'm grateful for that. I'm just grateful to be alive. Like I said, I was in the hospital a couple of weeks ago. It wasn't life-threatening, but shit, it wasn't hunky-dory either. You know? I'm good. I'm great, actually. You know what I mean? But, you know, life be lifing. But God be Godding. And that's the beauty of it. I can't tell you how many times life has lifed on me and God has guided on me. That's why I do this. That's why I make these videos. That's why I'm, you know, encouraging you to be who you want to be. Now, if you want to be a gangster, you want to get that. If you want to be on demon time, you're going to get that too. See, it works both ways. Whatever you want to be on time, all right. You want to be scamming and swindling and killing and wailing, okay, you get that too. But if you want to be giving and loving and caring and compassionate and strong, you know what I mean? Especially as a man, we got to control our emotions. Because nobody's more dangerous than a man. The most dangerous creature ever created is the male species. We are natural killers, period. We're hunter-gatherers. We are protectors. So we're built to kill. I don't care what race you from. I don't care if you're short, tall, fat, skinny, whatever. Every man is capable of killing. So with that great power, you have to be very aware and cautious with it. And understand that you can snap at any moment and do something stupid. So you have to be in a place of peace and surround yourself with peaceful people. And if you can't surround yourself with peaceful people that are positive and loving and caring, be by yourself. You ain't no real you a real man, be by yourself. Be lonely. Yeah, that's when you find out how strong you are. I don't got no problem being alone. And I love people. But hey, if I gotta be by myself, oh well. Because I love me more. I love you, but I love me more, for real. But getting back to the original point, because I do love you, you can be whatever you want. Use your imagination wisely. Your imagination was given to you for a reason. Be childlike. Act like a child with it. Dream that you're rich. You want a car? Go see it. Go drive that car. Go test drive it. Go look at that house. Go look at that neighborhood. Embody yourself in it and you'll be surprised what God blesses you with. I love you all. God bless. See you next time.